As we head through the cold days of November, I'm going to warm myself up with the joy of Airwave, because I have absolutely been loving these new Earthrise micromaster bases. So far I have the Grease Pit and the Ironworks. This is the third of those, being Airwave. Love this dude. I think I might like this guy even better. Why? Well, we're about to find out when we dive into everything to do with this guy in the latest GotBot True review. Hey all, welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, your most humble host, Dennis Moulton, aka GotBot. As always, man, please like, comment, share, of course, subscribe, and while you're at it, light them up, baby. And hit that notification bell, please. It helps me out a ton. It lets you know when content of all sorts goes up here on the channel. Check out Machinery of Man, The Everything Factor, Transformers Collectors NL, The Autobot Family, Transformers vs. G.I. Joe vs. DC Universe vs. Marvel, and Autobot City Central. And all of my social media links, all of that is down in the description below. All the links for all of that is down there. If you're in a position to help the channel to grow, you can use the donate link. You can check us out on Patreon. You can see what we offer to you through Teespring. Or, of course, you can hit the join button right here on YouTube and become a channel member. And this is Airwave. I'm surprised, because I saw this, I was like, what a weird, dumpy, frumpy looking robot. It's so strange, with like a chest and then his pelvis, no stomach, and then the legs and the arms, I guess, are fine, but the arms are asymmetrical and stuff. Again, look at that goofy little head. I did not expect to like this guy as much as I do, and I really do. There's a lot of versatility here, and there's a lot of things that this guy can do. So much to explore and more. Speaking of which, we're going to head over to the table and take a closer look at this guy. And yes, indeed, here we have the one and only offering so far from Wave 2 of the Earthrise line, at least for the deluxes. This is Airwave. I found him all by his lonesome, but I'm so glad to have him because he is another step forward toward having those micromaster bases. And I do love me those micromaster bases. Now, I looked at the G1 Airwave base, which of course is a airport base that comes with the little character micromaster Airwave. I looked at that back in episode 557, loved it then, love it now, and said even then that, man, I hope we get an update. And lo and behold, we have an update finally. But before we can look at him, let's look at his packaging first. Here we go, baby. Here is the packaging for Airwave over here in his glorious airport base mode. I love it. On the back, we have him all apart, because of course he's one of these weaponizer gimmick guys where he comes apart and becomes other things. And of course he has a couple of different configurations that he can do, including his battle mode. Now, if you don't like weaponizers, if you don't like parts forming, I can guarantee you this guy will not be for you. He is an extreme parts former, but I dig it. I'm fine with it because it's the way the guy's supposed to be. Plus, you still have the joy, if you want, of putting him in one of his base configurations and leaving him there if you're so inclined. We've got some pretty terrific Earthrise instructions. We do have stats here. I find it really interesting because not all of them have stats. I don't know why. I have no idea. For example, Blue Streak, I couldn't find any stats on his stuff at all when I was sizing him up. So yeah, cool, I guess, for instructions. And here we have the dumpy-headed little weirdo that we're going to call Airwave. Now, this piece that's on his shoulder was out of package, or was not attached to him in package, but I have everything on him here. It's just easier. Now, here's something that I like. I was lucky enough, ever so long ago, last year, to get that 10-pack of Micromaster. So I actually have Over Ear, who is supposed to go with Airwave, or you could call this guy Airwave and just not give this guy a name. Personally, I'm doing much the same here as I've done with Ironworks, where my intention is going to be to have the little plane version of Airwave be able to transfer his consciousness out of the micromaster body into the base itself, and the base almost works like a transtector. Same sort of thing that I did with Ironworks, I'm going to do right here. Speaking of Ironworks, here we have both of them exactly the way that I was talking about previously. So, you know, the selects repaints of these guys, I know that the Ironworks one is great. I love Grease Pit. I guess we're going to see what I think of Hot House eventually. I guess we're going to see what I think of Airwave. But in terms of the coloration, we have a mix here of oranges and grays and blues, just as it should be. I'm going to call it 10 because why not? We never had a robot mode, but what do you do? So, yeah, great start, wonderful start. In terms of the articulation, we do have a head that can go left and right. The arms, ooh, and I just pulled that one out. That was my fault for the record. The arms can go all the way around, tolerance quite well on both sides. We have elbow to 90 degrees. If I just take that out of it, the arms can go well out to the side. Again, this one over here, because it's a bit asymmetrical, but it can go all the way out to the side. We do have a waist swivel. The head, by the way, I guess can sort of also look up and down ever so slightly, kinda, sorta. But we do have, yeah, waist rotation. We have legs that can go all the way forward and all the way back. Take those off. He can do the splits all the way. We have a rotation at the knee. We have a 90 degrees at the knee. We have ankle tilt. Not real deep, but certainly effective enough. It's, maybe it's a bit deeper than I thought. I don't know, it is real deep. I'm knocking things off here. I swear, he's toleranced well. I know it doesn't look like it now with me knocking stuff off, but he's actually toleranced really, really well. At least my copy is. It's just, I'm being the Butterfingers. Story of my life, man. Story of my life. There. Whew. Yikes. Okay, so for articulation, honestly, like for as weird and asymmetrical as the dude is, it pretty much does everything I would want it to do. I don't know, is there a wrist rotation on this side? I doubt it. Yeah, I don't think there is, and I understand why there wouldn't be. I guess the wrist rotation would be the only other thing I could possibly want, but honestly, I'm going to say it's 10, man. It's a 10. He does what I would want him to do. Okay, so let's get down to brass tacks, man, and do some transformations here. And I say transformations because there's a few modes to go through. Again, this is extreme parts forming, but I think it's done brilliantly. We're going to begin by taking the arms off, and I'm going to get all those parts apart, and taking this arm off and the lower legs, and then we take these apart. We rotate the head around and we fold it down. Just like that, we take this piece and we turn the thighs around. There is a rectangular, I guess, slit there and a rectangular tab there. We tab both of those in just like that. And then we can add that piece on. We can also add that up there and even come over here to what I believe were the holes for the arms and put a blaster in there and put a blaster piece in there as well. And that's a big portion of this guy done. Let's go to the arms and the legs next. So for the legs, it's really quite simple. We come here and we open this out. Now I will point out that what you're trying to accomplish when you go back to robot mode is getting the peg hole here to go over this peg here. That's important because at one point we're going to remove this whole section, and when you reattach it to go to robot mode, you're going to want to know which side is supposed to go where. So we open that out and we do the same over here. We open this out. And same sort of thing, you need that peg to go over that peg hole. These now will basically go together like this, but we need to solidify them somehow. So we're going to do that in two ways. One, we're going to come here to the other side. Actually, we're going to do it in three ways, but for now, two ways. We're going to come here to this side, and then we're going to take this arm, and we're going to turn it so that the two 5mm pegs are oriented the same way, and they're going to go into peg holes right here. So this one goes in right there. This one goes in right there. Just like that. And using the Siege Earthrise connector method at the front, we take the other arm, the one with the, I don't know what we call it, the panels, I guess. And we put that there. There you go. There is a runway, and on the bottom of the feet we have 2 peg holes, and if we bring in our other piece, the thighs, where the knees would be, have 2 pegs, and they should go in right there. Yeah, like that. And boom, this is Airwave in his airport mode. Tiny airport. You can see over air on there is like the size of the runway. So, you know, I mean, it is what it is. But like, yeah, this is cool. I like this. I dig this. To do the next mode, we pick that piece off, and we pick this piece off, and we put these together, and then using the barrel, muzzle, whatever, it goes down there to make this taller. We come on this side, and we kind of pick that section up, and we take these legs, I'll call it, off, and we remove the arm sections, and then we, this time, using these holes on the back, we're going to put one on the side there, and we're going to put the other on the side, over here. Then we're going to come underneath here and see if I can do this without looking at it. Would I be so lucky? Yeah! And we put that there, and we come over on the other side, and we do the same sort of thing. If I can line it up. Just like that, and this is the alternate airport mode. I guess that's what we'll call it, alternate airport mode. I don't know, I guess it looks cool again. Here we can put over air, you know, it is what it is. I dig it. I don't know. This is weird. It's as simple as that. So, we remove that, and we remove that, and we take that off, and we get all this apart. And we even can take that off for now. Oh, and we can remove all that. Okay. Now this is when things get weird and interesting. So, we come here and we turn both of these sets of legs around. We're going to remove that and remove that. And that leaves us with these 2 sets of legs. We're going to fold down the feet, and using the 2 peg holes on the thighs here, we're going to affix this just like that. Right there. We're also going to put that piece on there and put that piece on there. This is going to be our top half. As for our bottom half, we're going to take this piece and put it here like this. There's little connectors on the blue. So what we'll do is we'll take these 2 sections here and put this on the front of them, like that, and then this whole section will go on like that. This little piece will just go in the hand, and this, using the peg holes underneath the feet, will once again, if I can do it, will once again line up there. You can see it's a little bit kind of like front heavy-ish. So we come to the back, and this chest peg should be able to come down, and then using the peg hole on the other arm, this goes, I hope it goes in there. Should go in there. It's tight. It's a tight peg and a tight tolerance on this one. There. And then this just goes up over like that, and boom, in the end, here we have his battle station mode. Look, man, the transformation might be parts forming, but it's parts forming done the right way for the right reason, and it gives us not one, not two, not three, but 4 modes. I'm going to say the transformation is a 10. So what do I think of this guy overall in the end? At the end of the day, honestly, Airwave is pretty fantastic. Like, he's the right colors. He can do the airport mode and the base mode, plus he has another base or airport-ish mode, plus he has a robot mode now. Even if the robot mode is weird, everything there is functional. I think the transformation is a 10. If you don't like parts forming, you're going to think it's a 0, because this is the ultimate in parts forming. If you are okay with it, as long as all the parts get incorporated, then cool. This guy's going to be up your alley. I really wanted the micromaster bases to be updated, and I think that they have taken another step here absolutely in the right direction. If we look at his coloration and say that's like a 9-ish, if we look at his articulation, say again same sort of things, around a 9-ish, and the transformation say is a 10, the guy is easily around a 9.5. It is a fantastic addition to the Earthrise line. And here we are once again, and here he is along with Over Air. Honestly, I'm probably going to call this guy Airwave, and this will also be Airwave. It'll be the same consciousness between both robots. I like that concept, I do. I wish I had a partner for Grease Pit the same way as I do for Ironworks and Airwave. I like this guy. I really, really do. Is he a bit small compared to the Micromaster? Yeah, sure, but so is the original. The airport mode is great. The airport mode with the longer runway going in front of it, where like goes out to the 2 sides instead of straight ahead, is a bit strange. I don't know if it's the best mode suited for this guy. His base mode, armored up, I guess, assault base mode thing, that's pretty great. It's a bit of, I'm not gonna say a chore, but it's a bit to get there. Like, there's actually, it's not just rearranging his parts, but you still have to move the parts around and whatnot. So like, there's a lot to peg and unpeg, and then you got to twist something this way and peg it in that way. I really like going to the kind of fortress, I don't know what you call it, Micromaster fortressy type of battle embankment mode. I love that mode. I like the robot. It's really functional. Everything here is toleranced well. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 official modes, and that's not to mention what this guy can do unofficially and his ability to connect to other bases and stuff. Look, if you don't like parts forming, you're not going to like this guy any more than any of the other weaponizers from Siege or from Earthrise. If you're like me and you loved the original Micromaster bases and you've wanted them updated, these are fantastic updates, even giving them robot modes. I love this. He is tremendous, and I'm so happy to be able to add him to my collection. Let me know what you think about Airwave. You know I appreciate you guys coming by, give me some of your extremely valuable time, man. I do know how important it is to you. If you're in a position to help the channel to grow, you can use the donate link. Check us out on Patreon, see what we offer to you through Teespring, or of course, you can hit the join button right here on YouTube. While you're at it, man, hit the subscribe button, stick around, have some fun with us. Don't forget that somehow, some way, each and every single solitary day, you do make a difference. And I look forward, baby, to the next time that you and I get together to have another visit. Either in the live streams on Thursday nights at the stop motion premieres, or the old fashioned way, baby, right here inside the videos.